Okay, number 8. Timmy bought 6 1/4 pounds of Sour Patch Kids for $2.20 per pound. Okay, so how much did he spend? Well, I taught you to multiply fractions and I taught you to multiply decimals. But remember, there's not a rule for multiplying a decimal times a fraction, except you have to make them both the same. Okay, this is a multiplication problem. Okay, remember I told you, if you're not sure, just read it with the whole number. Let's say Timmy bought 6 pounds of candy for $2 a pound. How much did he spend? Well, that'd be pretty easy. That would be $12. That tells me it's a multiplication problem. So I need to make this into a decimal. So 1/4, I need to use my division, right? 1 divided by 4. 4 doesn't go into 1, but 4 goes into 10 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8, and I subtract and get a 2 and bring down my 0. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, so it's 6.25. Okay, so he bought... Oh,
Jonathan
Kirkpatrick,
if you're in the building, please have your teacher call the front office. Jonathan Kirkpatrick, thank you.
Okay, so 6.25 pounds times... Now this $2.20 is the same thing as 2.2. That 0 is after the decimal, so I'm going to get rid of that. It's just going to make it easier for me. Okay? Now, I'm going to multiply these. 2 times 5 is 10 and carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Now I'm in the tens place, so I'm going to do the same thing again, but with a 0 here. 2 times 5 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10 and carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus that 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, so 0, 5, 7, 3, 1. I did not spend $13,750 on candy, but I have 1, 2, 3 places after the decimal, so I have 1, 2, 3 places after the decimal. So when it's money, this is what I'm looking at. Okay, $13.75. And you bubble those accordingly. Okay.
Oh. Jonathan Kirkpatrick, if you're in the building, please have your teacher call the front office.
Okay.
Jonathan
Sorry, y'all.
Kirkpatrick, thank you.
One more time here. Okay, Allie is making pillows for all of her friends. Each pillow requires 3/4 of a yard of fabric. If she purchases 12 yards of fabric, how many pillows can she make? All right, so is this multiplying or dividing? That's the hardest thing. Most people who miss this, it's going to be because they use the wrong operation. Okay? Now, if I know the total amount of fabric, okay, all this is going to be about 12 yards of fabric. And what I need to do is say how many pillows. I'm going to break it into equal smaller parts that are each going to be 3/4 of a yard. So that's going to be one pillowcase or one pillow. This 3/4 of a yard, it's small and messy, I'm sorry, is going to be a pillow. This 3/4 of a yard is a pillow. This 3/4 of a yard is a pillow. So we're dividing it because we want to know how many of those pillows. Okay? We're breaking it into equal smaller parts, so it's division. Now, the question is it 3/4 divided by 12 or is it 12 divided by 3/4? They are not the same thing. Okay, they're not the same. So be very careful. Remember, when we're dividing, the first number tells me the total amount I have. So do I have a total of 3/4 of a yard or do I have a total of 12 yards? I have a total of 12. So this is the one I'm going to use. Now, we don't divide fractions. We multiply by the reciprocal, right? So, okay, I'm going to do keep, change, flip because we never divide fractions. So 12 over 1 times 4 over 3. 12 times 4 is 48. 1 times 3 is 3. 48 divided by 3 is going to be 16. He can make 16 pillows. All right, last question is probably the easiest here. Okay, we're going to use less than or greater than to compare. Okay, the absolute value of 7 and the absolute value of 5. negative 7 and 5. Now, if I were just comparing the regular numbers, 5 is bigger than negative 7. But absolute values change the rules a bit for us, right? The absolute value of negative 7 is how far negative 7 is from 0. It's 7 spaces. How far is 5 from 0? 5 spaces. So 7 is greater than 5.